Hey folks, welcome to Casting with Kirk. I'm Kirk, so glad you could join me today. So today I'd like to talk to you about a lure that in my opinion is it's so much fun to fish. It's really easy to set up. You can keep it really simple and save money and not spend a ton of it on these. And this is called the Swim Jig. Now a swim jig, its main purpose is, like it says, to swim through the water column. Your other jigs that you throw are like pitching and football jigs. They have more of a rounded or flat head that is meant to make them stand up around the cover that you're throwing them into. The swim jig has got a cone-shaped head with the tie of the hook right out in front of it, and that is meant to be able to swim over cover, through cover, around cover. It's got a weed guard that comes out of the head that covers up a bunch of the hook, and that makes it more weedless and more snagless. And that's very important when you're fishing these, because the areas that you're fishing swim jigs are over the tops of submerged grass, through submerged grass. In a really hot spot to throw these are lily pad areas that you're either throwing them into the lily pads and bringing them out, kind of swimming them through and off the lily pads, or right along that edge. Now, color selection, I try to keep really simple with these. You can get away with one color. I'm going to show you that one, and throw it year round in every condition, and that's a black and blue swim jig. Black and blue will cover you in clear waters and murky and dark stained water conditions. I do like to switch it up though if I'm, say, fishing lakes, like especially like Kentucky Lake, which we just had a previous video on, where there's a lot of shad. So I'm going to get some type of white to represent that shad. It could be a solid white. It could be like this one, which is white with a little bit of yellow on the back that helps it kind of have those colors that shad have, all those different mixtures. And then, especially in the Midwest where I live, you have a lot of bluegill. And anything that's got like green pumpkin, just a touch of orange, just has a little bit of blue into it, are great colors when you have a lot of bluegill, especially when the bluegill spawn is on. Now trailers, keep it simple. I go with two main trailer styles, two different actions. One is like a 3.5 inch, just solid body swim bait, or it was a single curl tail grub. These are my all-time favorite to throw on swim jigs. If I had just one swim jig, it would be a black and blue with a single curl tail grub in that black and blue. That combination right there, I would throw year round. Now the setup you want to use with swim jigs depends upon the areas you're throwing. If you are throwing, say, up in through lily pads and there's wood, I would go with 40 to 50 pound braid. It's going to give you a strong hookup, because when these bass hit, they hit swim jigs hard. It's going to give you that strong hookup, and it's going to cut through those weeds and rip them out of those thick areas. If I'm fishing, I know, a more sparse area, over the top of submerged weeds, maybe even around docks, those types of areas, I'm going to go with my 12-pound Copolymer. It's strong enough, it's clear enough, I get long casting distance with it. I'm gonna throw it on a medium heavy. You can use either spinning rod, or you can use your bait casting rods in that medium heavy fast action with about a medium speed reel. And that's gonna cover you for throwing and swimming these swim jigs. A very important part of rigging up a swim jig is how you put the trailer on. Whenever you put the curl tail grub on, you want that curl, when you hold it up, you want that curl tail facing down. It's going to keep it in the water column where you want it to swim. Now a little trick is though, if you need it, say, to rise higher, if you've got really tall submerged weeds, you don't have much space between the top of the water line, is rig that curl tail upside down. It's now going to lift it higher in the water column and keep it just under the surface and swim it just like a wake bait, they call them, where it's just under the surface, just creating a little bit of ripple as it's moving along. The retrieve is simple. Cast it out to your target and reel it in. Every once in a while you can twitch it If it hits some grass, if it hits a log or something like that, just pop it. Again, it's a moving bait, and you just keep reeling, cast it back out to your next target, and just reel it, and you're good to go. Well, I thank you for joining me today. Go get yourself some swim jigs. They're a lot of fun. They'll save you a lot of money if you just stick with one simple color and one simple trailer for it. Well, I thank you folks for joining me today. Hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.